Hello, this is Natasha Astara from Earthmother Starchild, and I thought what I would do today is talk to you about setting intentions, and I really wanted to set up a hashtag, which is my intentions for New Earth, and hashtag my intentions for, which is a numerical for New Earth, all lowercase. And I'm going to put this on my Twitter feed because I really would love to hear your intentions for the New Earth. I've just released a blog and a podcast about setting your intentions. We are making our way through the portal now, from 12/12 to the winter solstice, which I've just covered in the other podcast. And this is your process about trying to really crack the seeds of your intention that you want to bring in, the soul energy that you want to bring in and express here on Earth, what you want to create, how you want to light up this crystalline grid that's been put into place and is going to be activating in the next 6 to 12 months. So this is really about your soul journey here on Earth, but it's also about the collective and how we can really create a new paradigm and, bring our hearts together and work in unity to creating something really wonderful and special and amazing. Something that is worthy of who we are and why we came here. So I'm going to brainstorm. That's what I thought I'd do. I've got a piece of paper here and I'm going to brainstorm with you what my intentions are for the New Earth. So I just wanted to give you an example of what I'm going to do. I'm going to think about my own personal value system, like what's important to me and where I'm from, like my soul energy that I incarnated with here on Earth, like what I know about it anyway, because I'm, like everyone else, still working it out. And so I'm going to connect those two bits. So I do have quite a good idea about that. And just by doing this process, I want you to see how easy it is for you to do this process. How fun it is even that you can create something from, just the ideas in your head, but it's also the resonance of your energy. Like, what do you want to bring into your life? So things I know about myself, I know that I came through Venus this time. I'm not sure if I'm actually from Venus or I came through Venus. But anyway, Venus is very strong. So everything I love about is about the heart. It's about love, pleasure, enjoyment, art, creativity. That's me all over. I think everything can be healed in unconditional love. The other thing I know about Venus is we're very big on the Hathor energy is like a wholeness energy of masculine and feminine. I know that I have personally been working my whole life on balancing my masculine and feminine so that I am, more integrated and more whole in my journey into the fifth dimension. And I work a lot with that with clients. So wholeness is a really big and important thing to me as well. So I'm going to write that down. I've got love, pleasure, creativity, wholeness, honoring my sensitivity. That's been another one. And so these are sort of my qualities here. And then I kind of have an idea then of what my soul resonance feels like. So everything that matters to me comes through the heart. So that's what's important to me. It all comes from the heart. And I'm very interested in unity consciousness. That's part of my masculine feminine balance, but also that we are working together to create something where we are all parts of the whole. We're all reflections, facets of the diamond, and it's, we're bringing it together to work together, bringing a piece that creates a whole, like parts of a recipe. So I'm going to put unity consciousness here because they're important to me. So my values. Okay, so health and well-being is another massive one. So let me have a look. And sacred geometry, loving the earth, and animals. Oh, I love animals. And let's have a look what else I've got here. Sacred geometry, loving the earth, animals, colour, light. Yeah, okay. So brainstormed myself. and my key resonances. And now I'm going to think about what interests me, like what am I passionate about? What is it? If someone said to me, what lights you up? What makes you really excited and happy? So things like art does, animals do, traveling. I love traveling. Seeing cultures, appreciating people. I just like people, actually. Yeah, I think I'm very much a fiery person in that way. I just like connecting with people, like-minded people. So connecting with like minds and people who feel like sunshine. I did a blog and a podcast on that. That's one of the things I want to attract. Okay, so I've written them down. And then I'm going to think, okay, what are my seeds of intention for next year? Like, what do I really want to create using my energy in this new paradigm? Like, what if I could do anything, if I had all the money in the world and all the freedom and, the energy to do it as well, because I think that can be a challenge sometimes, what would I be doing? So, I would like to do something that's very socially, globally conscious, and let me have a look at that, and environmental. So everything I do, I may not actually be doing activism for the environment, although I'd probably like to, but I would like to do something that is environmentally conscious. So if I'm doing artwork, I'd like me to be very aware of the paints I'm using and the materials that I'm using, that they're all sort of environmentally conscious, and that I'm not creating big waste or using noxious chemicals and things like this. So that's one. 2, I'd like it to help people. I know that's a woolly term, but I want people to connect with their hearts and to feel loved, appreciated and free. And just really what I'm doing now, having an awakening effect on people. So that's important to me, but awakening in a nice way. I think there can be too many awakenings where I think, gosh, it just feels like it's been hit by a brick. So awakening in a good way, like a lighting up way where we feel good about ourselves. I think all that noxious, toxic mind programming that was going on in the 3D, where people were just sort of beating themselves up all the time, and all the toxic shame and blame and that sort of stuff, that needs to go. That has gone. We've been working through that. So that my own consciousness is about lighting people up in a way that feels good. That's what I want. Yeah. Okay. And so I need something that honors my sensitivity as well. I need to do things that honor who I am as a very, very hypersensitive individual. I'm very much an empath. I'm a healer. So I need to be in spaces that feel quite pure and not too much heavy negative energy, because I end up having to process it, and that gets a bit annoying. Yeah. Oh, and to tell you what I would like, I'd like to work and do collaborations with like minds, people who get me and that I get them. That's a really big thing, actually, as an indigo who indigo is very common to suffer from loneliness and feeling disconnected, and that definitely is a kind of belief system that I've been working on very strongly. So work collaborations that feel good. So I'm writing all these things down, and it's looking a little bit like a spider diagram or a recipe. I mean, this could be like a recipe for your success. So if you want to be really sort of, connecting with if you know exactly what it is you want to do, like if you want to be a marine biologist, you want to, be an activist, then you can write down very specific things like, I want to save this, I want to campaign for this, I want to stand for this, like the rest of my whole life is going to be dedicated to this, and you can make a commitment to it. Because I'm very much of the space of understanding my own energy resonances, and because it keeps changing or has changed, then I'm open to that changing process. It's not like that for everyone, actually. It really depends on what level you're working on. If you're someone who's like a light warrior, working in very much in the physical realm, then you might find that you're actually more fixed on one thing, and that is fine. This is about honoring your unique frequency here on Earth. Honoring what you came here to do and how you're going to do it. So once you've written all that stuff down, you can put specific things down, like I'm doing an online conference next year. I'm going to try and do more workshops. I'm going to talk more. I'm going to do more podcasts and, really just try and use my voice. I'm going to do some sound installations. I'm attending a Venus workshop, which is all about transits and Venus. So once you actually know your soul resonances, which I've just been writing down, then it's much easier to begin to attract things that resonate with that energy, because you can be very clear then. It's like bringing it from the unconscious into the conscious, giving it a name, giving it sound, giving it feeling, giving it passion, and then you begin to realize, right, these are the recipe that makes me up, and this is what I need to meet this, so that I can then move into the flow of who I am and what I need to do this. This is so important when we're looking at how to bring this all together and resonate it in the heart, because essentially you're having a brainstorming here, but these qualities are already inside of you, they're already in your heart, and all you're doing by writing them down, like your soul's intentions, writing them down for 2019, so that you can be very clear about holding that focus in your mind while your heart is manifesting them for you and drawing them in for you. So it's not like you have to rush out and run around expending lots of energy trying to make this thing happen. This is more about you holding the frequency and acknowledging it within yourself, and then you can attract it very easily through your joy, through your happiness, through your pleasure, and you can begin to just draw it into you, because you're magnetizing yourself with just by honoring who you are. And this is going to be the real key, and the real key difference when we start working on the crystalline grid. So I've covered a lot there. I hope I haven't rambled on too much. I would love to hear what your intentions are. So this is the hashtag my intentions for numerical 4 New Earth. Please put your intentions out there. Put them on Instagram, put them on Facebook, put them on Twitter. And I hope to do another podcast probably in the new year where I'm reading them out. I'm going to look for them search for them on the internet. So I'm going to be severely disappointed it's only 2 people on there. So please do them. I would really, really love to read them. And this is about group collective. We are building energy here. We are building momentum. We are building frequency. We are acknowledging each other. We are connecting with one another and really beginning to understand how to activate this crystalline grid and make some really wonderful things happen here on Earth. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there because my 15 minutes are nearly up. I'm Natasha Astara. You can find me on Earthmother Starchild on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can find me on my website, which is www.earthmotherstarchild.co.uk. If you want to work with me, there's options to do on there. Okay, so good luck. And I love to hear from you. Hashtag my intentions for New Earth. Namaste.